I'm reading them over. They're not as extensive as I would have liked, but they're there, and I'm proud of drunk me. So, let's see here. It's session 42. God, we're at 32. Jesus Christ. All right, so Ulrich and Felicia had a brief conversation while he was setting up his tent and like the display window, and she kind of pointed out like a shrouded statue and is going to teach him. Well, the plan was that she will teach him how to identify it once the circus comes to a close, because she kind of noticed that it was important and probably not a good thing to put in a display window. We
And I
also.
had.
Oh, go ahead.
He said he just said he hid it in his tent.
Okay, okay. In addition, when the circus opened, Ulrich got a visit from a bunch of rowdy boys, rowdy bros, which, God, please don't ever make me play a group of bros again. That was terrible.
Dude, do you even dig? Yes.
Do you even
Yes, I
dig,
do.
bro? Gwynny got a visit from a mother and daughter, and the daughter had been, you know, slated to be married to a boy for business purposes between the boy's father and her father, and Gwynny kind of gave Dilly the heads up, like if you see them, give them a good time.
Yep.
We found out that Felicia owned a tea shop, and Dilly wanted to he wants contacts on the outside, so they brought in Elizabeth, the little old lady who runs the tea shop in Felicia's absence.
Whom we badgered unmercifully.
Yes, you did. Absolutely. Um, let's see here. You guys also gave some circus tokens to Elizabeth so she could go on a date finally with Backwards Bob.
Yes.
And we found out that
Backwards
Felicia,
Bob.
Backwards Bob, he wears all of his shirts inside out and smells like Febreze. We also found out that, well, Felicia kind of found out that if she leaves the circus, she turns a little bit see-through, and she realized that she is already incredibly bound to the circus without necessarily meaning to be. Dilly had picked up a card that dropped from the deck of minor things. Bogey. Oh my
Sorry.
god. No, it's so funny.
Can you get that dude off your mic, please? Don't talk to me like that, sir.
Yo, those are fighting words.
Fighting words, bro.
But yeah, Dilly had picked up a card from the deck of minor things after it fell, with the pure intention of just handing it back to Gwynny, who was horrified that he had touched it. And luckily, though, it wasn't super bad. It was the anchor, which was an anchor sitting kind of at an angle across the card. And Dilly has lost permanently 5 feet of movement, but only in battle.
Oh, it's all in battle.
Only in battle.
Okay. It's
Uh,
really not that bad.
it's not terrible. It's really not. It's
Well, really has a shit ton of movement.
it is one of the most
Monk.
mild cards you could have pulled.
Hence why the deck locked the fuck up.
I mean, I'm just saying. I wouldn't mind if you guys picked some more, but that's just me.
He's just spicy. You don't
And
beat it yet.
then let's see here. This was after game. You guys were kind of brainstorming about Ulrich's tent, and there was the idea to create kind of a VIP area where people, quote, find what they need or what's coming to them. And the idea was that Dilly would kind of help Ulrich create that area, but might do it quite literally and get a little bit caught up and go off into the tent for a while by himself. But again, that was not part of the game. That was brainstorming afterwards. So disregard for game stuff unless you want to do that.
Not this session.
And that is where my notes end. So I'm not sure
Oh,
exactly
God.
where we left off.
No
I think
idea.
we were winding down the end of the circus night and getting ready to do whatever we wanted to do before we take a rest.
All right. I am amenable to that start off point.
Well, I believe that's where we were. Do you think that's where we were, guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember anything else happening? Oh my god, what is that smell?
Sounds legit.
Not really.
I
I
have
think
no
that we all met up in Winnie's tent
Yes.
for to check up.
Well, that's where we met. Elizabeth was in my tent,
Yeah.
where she delivered the box for the deck and where we put a whole bunch of jobs on her. Didn't Felicia wind up basically giving her the tea shop?
For the most part, yeah. She kind of suggested that Elizabeth take over the tea shop, but Elizabeth was a little pushback and kind of was like, "Well, you'll still own it, but I'll run it."
Okay. So yeah, I'm looking at Dilly and Felicia and Ulrich saying, I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired.
Are we starting the game?
Yep.
I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
It's been a long night, hasn't it?
Oh, that's strange enough. Had a whole bunch of, I want to call them frat boys. They're
Fat boys.
frat fraternity.
A brotherhood?
It's a college thing. You probably wouldn't understand.
Oh, yeah, no, I've never been to college.
I think he means a cult.
Oh, yeah.
Not a cult. There's no religious figure. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I have to say, every group of college boys that have ever come through here that I've seen have very definitely worshipped at least one god.
Alcohol?
Yes.
Sounds about right. Actually, there is something that came up earlier tonight. As I was setting up my display window in front of my tent, Felicia scanned one of the items. It might be important to our investigations. You want to come by and take a look in a while?
Oh, well, no time like the present.
All right.
Dilly, can we? Can you spare time to go to Ulrich's tent now?
I guess.
Well, have you got anything else going on?
Not really.
Then stop being a lazy bugger and let's go to Ulrich's tent.
Lazy. Is laziness really disinterest?
And I will walk over to Dilly in his cat bed and kick him. Not hard, just enough to get him moving. Sister kicking brother kick.
I'm gonna try to steal something from you.
Okay. um all right, we're starting off strong. Go ahead and roll
25.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna go
What
ahead
do
and say
I have to do against it?
yeah,
Perception.
yeah, Gwynny, roll perception but at advantage because you're literally looking down at him while you're kicking.
And I'm also used to his bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
All right. So that is
Whoa. Plus
26.
11. Yeah, you passed.
Yeah. Yeah. I do pass. Barely. I feel like you got your hand on whatever it was you were trying to steal, and I slapped your hand away because I felt it at the last moment.
What was in your
What are you
pocket?
doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is in your pockets? What did he grab?
Well, he would grab my divinity coin or divining coin, a packet of extra tickets, my regular deck box that I carry with me always, um, a
It would just be the coin.
pair.
I'm just
Yeah, you probably were trying for my divining coin,
just
which
whatever I
is,
could.
yeah, it's a very interesting coin. It's very large. It's made of gold.
Fine. Let's go.
You can't have it. I've told you that before. It's mine.
You're lucky and so lazy.
You're lucky I'm so tolerant.
Yes.
And
Are we
Ulrich just,
going or what?
We're going. We're going. All right, we're going.
Ulrich just watched this all happen, rolled his eyes, and thought, "Oi, cats."
Right? Look at us. We're going. And I hold the tent flap open, waiting for everybody, including Dilly, to exit so I can lock the tent behind me.
Helio slink out of his bed and pull himself up to his full height. Saunter out.
And while you guys are filing out of the tent, you kind of see that the marionettes, who generally, patrol and work the circus and make things run, are gently kind of ushering people towards the exit. And you notice that, the sun is kind of rising a bit. What is happening right now? Oh, okay. Sorry, there's cars in front of my house and I didn't know why, but it's because someone's parking down the street and they're just keeping a super healthy distance apparently. But yeah, the sun's kind of rising. You can see it because, the circus is encased in a glass building. So you can see that the sun's starting to rise and the circus is closing down and people are being ushered out. And on your way to Ulrich's tent, Gwynny, you notice the mother and daughter that you did a reading for are kind of looking curiously at Dilly's Destiny tent.
Oh, Dilly, there's that couple I was telling you about, the mom and the girl. And I very much pointed out to him. Dilly?
He's muted.
Ah,
He's like, oh, shit.
Oh, Dilly's gonna look, be very intrigued. I'll be right back.
he's gonna what?
He will go over to them. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Now I can.
Okay.
You were kind of garbled there for a minute, but you're fine now.
So yeah, he's gonna go over to them. I'll be right back.
Okay, and
They
are
And
were
the
approach
nice.
them.
are the rest of you continuing on to Ulrich's tent?
I am. I just call after him. They were nice.
Were they?
Yes.
Can I do an insight check on Dewey?
Go for it. What are you trying to see or look for?
I was trying to see if he's like interested in injuring them, but only got a 10.
No, you just know that he said he'll be right back and then he's walking away. You gain nothing. Just
Meta, can you refresh my memory on what happened with these two? I recall it reading somewhat, but
They were a
They
mother
kind of
and
shitty.
daughter, and there was a wedding for money involved, and they came to me for a reading as to whether or not that was the right thing to do.
And those
And
were
I
It
yeah, go
wasn't.
ahead, go ahead.
and I
It
messaged
wasn't the daughter.
that they were kind of upset that the girl had made a hard decision and to give them a good time.
And
A
the reading
good
also had
time.
revealed that the boy that she is kind of being pushed and pressured into marrying uh has an abusive streak, but Gwynny also kind of recognized that the girl has her own strength to her.
Uh huh. Okay. So I'll approach them then.
Okay. And
How can I be of assistance?
the mother kind of like does a double take when she looks at you and then very quickly looks at you again and kind of like clutches her daughter's shoulders because you are a tall, impressive, rather terrifying creature. And
Cat devil.
um well
Give me my pen.
the tent's closed. It doesn't matter. We were
Mhm.
and the circus is closing and we were just leaving. Honey, come on, we should go. But the girl is
You
looking at
should
you
go.
very closely. Like she's got her eyes narrowed and she's kind of staring you down.
Hmm. So, what do you want in the destiny? What are you looking for?
And the girl kind of very gently but firmly is like prying her mother's hands off of her shoulders. Well,
And
oh, go ahead.
Dilly's just standing by,
Dilly's doing what?
just standing there, hands behind his back.
And yeah, as the girl's like prying her mom's hands away from her shoulders, she's still looking Dilly up and down, not with suspicion, but she recognizes that this is probably his tent. And she says, uh, the sign says destiny, right? So I guess
It
I'm
does.
looking for my destiny.
Hmm. Perhaps. But you should come back when you're a little older. Yes?
I mean, if I'm old enough to get married, shouldn't I be old enough to see my destiny?
Wasn't she a teenager?
Yeah, she's getting married. You guys are in
If you
basically like
married,
1800s
hmm,
like
you
steampunk.
hardly appear old enough to be getting married. And I'm going to look directly at the mother.
Oh, well. I mean, the the wedding isn't gonna. It's not gonna be for another year or so, but the engagement is
And
on.
I'm going to interrupt her. And young lady, are you happy with your beloved? Stressing the word beloved.
And she kind of snorts like, beloved. No, I've met him like twice.
And looking back at the mother, then why would you ever marry this person?
Well, you see, it's a little bit out of our hands. It's my husband. Um,
Is it?
we should
Perhaps
be.
your husband should come speak with me and I could give him some advice
Am I close enough to hear?
about success
He
and free will. Yes?
um, and she.
Please come back tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And everything is on me.
And the girl is like grinning at you now and kind of looking at her mom sideways with her little smirk.
By the
Yeah.
way, I am the proprietor of this circus. This is indeed my tent.
Well, it's a pleasure. Well, I'll s-
The pleasure is mine.
I'll try to convince my husband to I suppose come back tomorrow night. But we really should be
Indeed.
going.
And bring your beloved as well.
The girl just laughs and kind of drags her mom into the throng of people that are heading towards the entrance slash
You will
exit.
be VIP guests.
Do we like need to talk to anybody when we get in so we don't have to pay again?
Oh no, my staff will know exactly who you are.
Okay, thanks, man. Thank you. See you tomorrow. And Steven,
Goodbye.
you asked. Oh, sorry. Hold on. You asked if you could hear this.
Yeah?
Go ahead. Anyone who wants to, since you're kind of like passing the tent as this happens, go ahead and roll perception. Oh my goodness, I have a frog in my throat.
I naturally have advantage on it. It's marked it that way.
There we go.
13, I don't hear it or anything.
Natural 20.
Nice.
For what? Total.
22.
For 22. He got a nat 20 for 22.
Very
And
nice.
yeah, I got 13. I didn't hear a damn thing.
And Felicia, since you were also kind of trying to roll insight, do you want to roll perception on this?
Yes, 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 yes. Am I muted?
No, she's muted.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
I feel like Felicia and Winnie were busy talking to each other.
Yeah, you guys kind
And
of
all
like.
we just kind of heard it all naturally.
Oh
Wasn't
yeah.
even trying. He just heard it.
Yep. Yeah. Gwynny and Felicia, you
And
guys kind of heard snippets here and there. Not so much actual sentences or the conversation, but you heard kind of inflections of voice. Whereas, yeah, Ulrich, you heard the whole damn thing.
which is natural. He's got those giant ears after all.
Makes
The
sense.
more than just the fooling.
All right. So, yeah, Felicia, Ulrich, and Gwynny, you guys are passing the tent. Ulrich hears everything. Dilly, are you joining them again now that the ladies have left and are headed out?
Yes.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing when you reach Ulrich's tent?
I assume I'm letting them in.
One would hope so. Yes.
He kills me.
I hope so. I'm standing out there, me and
This is my first time inside the tent since he set it up.
You had dinner there.
Oh, that's right, I did have dinner. No, never mind. I was going to comment on how nice it was, but we did have dinner.
Yeah. I don't think you've been in the tent properly, but you've been in the personal quarters.
Well, I mean, don't we have to go through the tent proper to get to your personal quarters?
No, I think we set it up that I can either go in at the tent.
Yeah.
The tent
So
flap.
yeah, it's kind of like at his discretion whether or not, like, when he opens the tent, if you're going into the tent proper or if you're going to his personal tent.
All right, so which place are we going to?
Right now, my personal. Actually, we'll open up into the deck.
Okay.
Figure I want to. This is the first time you've really seen it. Want to kind of show off.
Well, this looks nice.
Yes.
Kind of like what you've done with it.
Reminds me of my time in Warhol.
Really?
Oh yes, that part of the campus was a massive dig site with a dorm right in the center.
Fascinating. So have you been finding things?
The reasons I actually
Oh, hold on. You're breaking up real bad.
Enough to make the rest of it sort of interesting.
what I heard.
Buddy.
What I heard him say was massive dick site.
That's literally
So
it. I heard massive dick site and then it broke up a lot.
we got some massive dicks. Watch out. Sorry, Steven. We're dirty-minded, man.
She's reconnecting real quick. Oh,
She's
massive.
like, oh yeah, we gotta reconnect when we're hearing dicks.
I mean, considering like the first group of people who went into it, it kind of currently is a massive dick site.
Right. All right. So, yeah. Commenting on how the place looks nice, like what he's done with it, yada 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 yada. He tells me about Lorehold and the massive dig site inside the campus and how this reminds him of that. And that's all we did.
Okay.
As far as I know, the only magical thing was that statuette, but a lot of other stuff. Put some of it in display outside.
That's fascinating.
The boy, apparently one of those boys I mentioned earlier found themselves a door. I think there was a couple coming to look for a ring. I believe they had come to see you a while before that.
Oh, that young couple. Yeah, I sent them to you.
Yeah, but
Did they find their ring?
I don't know, Bernie.
They
We did
did
it for
they
you.
did find their ring, and they were incredibly happy.
Well, that's good to hear.
So, seems like Dilly. It seems like this is going to be a very popular tent. People are finding what they look for, and we're finding good things too.
I've got it set up so that there's always something to find.
While you guys are talking, I'm just sifting through sand, making a little sand castle.
Are
What
you
are you
two?
looking for?
More sand. I'm really. Oh wait, you know what? I forgot I had a southern accent. It's been so we played. Uh, you know, I was just trying to relive some childhood memories. Back to Mama was alive. We used to go to the beach out of the White City, and oh man, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun, and I'm just looking for memories.
May I roll investigation to see if I can find a memory for her in the sand?
That is up to Steven, because remember, right now it's only items.
Right?
If he wants to try to implement memories,
An item can be a memory.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Ulrich's still not entirely sure how the magic works. If she wants to try and find an item that brings up a memory.
Go right ahead.
16.
Okay, with a 16, are you kind of like sifting through with her now?
Yeah.
Okay, so as Felicia's kind of like piling sand and pulling sand from further and further away to make her pile bigger, you notice a small glint. And as she's kind of going to pull more sand in, which would cover it again, you stop her a little, and it's just a corner of a piece of what appears to be a large square pendant. Like it's a square right angle corner.
Oh, that's interesting. What is that? Felicia, look there. What is that?
Oh. Uh. You know, I think that the guy that I used to think was my daddy had this. I think he gave it to he did. He gave it to Mama on a holiday. It was one of them love holidays, you know, when like you get somebody a present and you go out to eat and then you go home and make a baby. One of them holidays.
Oh, yeah, no, I heard about that. Didn't they name it after that saint that died?
Valentine's?
Valentino?
No,
Something like that.
I think it was Saint
Valentine's.
I mean, why? The death of a famously religious guy would be a holiday for lovers? I'll never know, but I mean, good on you if you want to celebrate it.
I
Right?
think that the whole love part of the thing preceded his death, and
Well, then how was he a saint? Tell me that.
I don't.
I don't understand.
Maybe he just
Anyone
had
religious
really good
thing.
patience.
And
I,
Felicia,
I mean,
as you pull this pendant out, I'm ignoring everything. Oh, baby. Oh, hold on one second.
baby.
Oh, baby, 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 baby.
Mama needs a
Oh my
refill.
God.
That's why I needed baby. Felicia, as you pull this pendant out of the sand, you notice that while the back is, it looks roughly hewn, like it was, hand hammered into shape, but the back is smooth and it has almost illegible carvings in it, and you're not sure if they're words or if they're just kind of like symbols or decorations, but on the other side, very clearly etched in, is the same shrouded figure of the statuette that Ulrich had showed you earlier. Oh,
Shit.
Megan.
Y'all, um, I just I just realized, and I'm gonna run over to Ulrich and look, Ulrich, look.
I bend down and take a look. Huh?
It's that statue again.
Okay, I'm not liking this. We better get moving. If
Thank
it shows up
you.
a third time, it's gonna be bad.
All
I
right, so
don't
we
get
follow
what
him.
you
I
mean.
follow you into your regular
Yeah,
tent.
yeah.
Okay. So and then I look back and say, Dilly, get out of the sand.
All right.
Is Dilly using the dig site as a litter box? Is that like a thing he does?
Are
Not
you
yet.
pooping?
No.
You pooping?
You pooping?
Ulrich hears Winnie say this, turns around, sticks his head out of the tent, and say, "If you use my tent as a litter box, I'll have your skin. Turn
I
you into
would
a
like
what?"
you to try to have my skin, first of all. Second, what do you think of me? I'm very sophisticated.
I think you would pee on the side of the tent if you thought you could get away with it.
I think you're an asshole.
Likewise. Enjoy the tent that I set up for you, though.
Does that mean you're going to poop in it anyway?
You
Oh, he
people.
more than likely will.
You know we're just picking on you.
You wish you could poop.
Um,
Oh my god.
you're mean.
What was your
Well,
first clue?
just picking on you.
Yeah, but that was uncalled for.
He
Maybe.
is right. You did cross a line.
I thought we were friends.
I would like to roll insight to
Perhaps.
see whether Dilly knew that he was being as insulting as he was, or if he was just reacting in kind.
Go for it.
If that's all right.
Beat my guest.
Beat my guest.
Be
No,
my guest.
no, don't beat my guest. Shut up.
Beat my guest.
Shut
Beat
Never
my
up.
mind.
guest. That would have totally changed that entire movie.
Dude, right? Belle would have been dead within
Um,
minutes.
I'm not gonna fight. Dilly's just attempting to say it in jest.
Attempting to what?
Say it in jest.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Felicia, I don't think he meant that to come off as harsh as it. We've all said things that maybe sound a little bit harsher than we mean them to, and he's really crap at apologizing.
Still
Billy,
kind of crossed the line.
Yeah, but I don't think he knew he crossed the line.
No,
So,
I mean,
cut him a little slack.
honestly, you shouldn't feel bad about not being able. It's rather disgusting.
if I could cry, I would.
Uh,
So, about that
And
statue.
I'm just going to hug Felicia, kind of glower at Dilly and say, sensitivity,
Winnie,
baby, sensitivity.
indeed.
We've talked about this before.
Yes, but she made a joke on herself.
Yes, she did. But you didn't
Yeah.
have to, yeah. I mean, yeah. And I feel like this is a
Yeah.
long-running conversation between Dilly and Gwenny.
Yeah, it's a continuous circle of yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
They'll live.
All right, and as you enter Ulrich's like private tent area,
And
um,
I didn't get that one.
give us another just quick description of what it looks like on the inside.
On the inside, you come into a great big tent room, canvas room. At the first part, and there are two kind of connecting doors on either side. So this big room is the main sitting room and kitchen, dining room, stuff like that. On the other end of it, you have the office within the library and the bedroom, and on the other end, you have storage, tools and weapons and stuff like that. You see a sort of the quintessential British explorer's tent. Where do you see a wicker chairs laid around a place, of decent strong wooden chairs here and there, a nice big couch, and above, kind of on a post, you see his warhammer and halberd hanging up on a stand there. It's just a big tent.
So yeah, you guys enter into a very clearly new but comfortable tent. Like Ulrich has made this his space.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, if you'll take a seat, I'll go fetch that statue. There's drinks and refreshments on the table, and you'll see a kind of a big bottle of whiskey, some glasses and stuff.
I have
Box
a
of
meta
cigars.
question.
Doug, what was you said you had a question?
I have a meta question, yeah.
Let's
Oh,
go.
okay.
So Dilly and Gwenny create these tents, right?
Yes.
And can they still manipulate the tent at this moment?
Absolutely.
Not so much the tent. All
You,
right. And you
Dilly
said you have
and
wicker
Gwynny
furniture?
specifically can manipulate anything in the circus at any time, as long as they kind of come to an agreement about it.
Okay. And you described the furniture as being wicker? Well,
Well, some of it is, some of it's like oak and stuff like that.
I see. Well, Dilly will not really say anything, but he is not pleased with the furniture. So he's just gonna pull up like a chase, a fancy ass like chase lounge, and lay down on it.
Um,
Uh,
is there enough? I'm so
Oh, there'll be enough room. It'll just
like the so the like the inside of the tent. slightly like really, Gwynny, you're the only one who really notices it because you know that Dilly is doing something to the circus. You notice that the inside of the tent expands just enough that the chase lounge he has materialized fits quite comfortably now in the living seating area.
Apparently, you now have a chase lounge, Ulrich.
Or,
Not sure what you're going to do with it other than allow there
or
being
not.
seating, but,
I
you have one now.
can make it go away when I'm through with it, but we could just
And if he
can't
doesn't
do
make
it.
it go away, I can always throw it out.
Wait, dog, what did you
No.
say?
I'll just make it go away when I'm through with it.
And I told him to pull up a seat, so
Yeah, you did. And he did. And apparently he's going to take it with him. I'm not sure why he feels the need to carry his own chase lounge around with him, but he does, so ours is not the reason why, and so forth.
his problem, not ours.
Just exploring my newfound power. Hello.
Cheers to power and
Yeah.
exploration.
All right. And Felicia and Gwynny, are you guys taking seats or are you making your own?
I very definitely am just sitting down on the couch.
I'm gonna stand here and have a sip of this whiskey.
Can Ulrich manipulate the inside of his tent, or is or does he not have any power there?
You can manipulate the inside of your living tent. You would have to speak with either Dilly or Gwynny to do anything for the circus tent proper.
Okay, he's gonna roll kind of like a plain spittoon up next to Felicia.
Hi, Ulrich. You're this is pretty tasty whiskey, you know.
Yeah, brought him from home. Ravnica.
And
Oh
now
wow,
now I have a meta question. Is there anything special about this whiskey?
Should there be?
I don't know. Just
243 proof.
yeah, I'm wondering if I need to make someone make a roll.
Tell you what. Flip a coin, and if it's tails, it's normal whiskey. Heads, he got it from
The Guild of Rachnos.
Arachno skill.
Which translates into question mark?
The Guild of Rakdos
Right.
is chaotic evil, and the entertainers of Ravnica. They routinely hold circuses throughout the main cities of Ravnica, which always end in bloodshed, mayhem, and quite often torture.
But they also are the purveyors of the pleasurable stuff.
Right. If it's drugs, alcohol, or anything of any kind of addictive pleasure nature whatsoever on Ravnica, it came from the Guild of Rakdos.
Okay. And Felicia, are you already drinking?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and roll a 1d2 for me. And I'm going to say it now. If it's 1, it's just normal, good old whiskey. If it's 2, oh shit.
It's the evil spit. Hell yeah.
All right. Okay. Uh, that we'll come back to that in a minute. Ulrich, are you retrieving the statuette?
Yeah.
Okay.
And while I'm in my quarters, I'm gonna take a look around and what did she roll?
She rolled a
Two.
2.
It's the evil shit.
It's the evil guild whiskey.
I am going to see a bottle of whiskey and thought, didn't I put that on the table? And think to myself, oh shit! And grab the statuette and run back into the main room. Felicia, don't drink that whiskey! Fuck, you already drank it.
Yeah, I had about so this would be a shot right here on the glass. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those.
I was only gone for a few minutes.
Wait,
Well,
you had 4?
yeah, I was having a rough day. I mean,
Oh god, you're probably gonna have a for day.
I'm gonna need you to roll 4d4s for me.
one, 4, 2, 2, 1, 4, 2, 4.
Okay. So 1, you're paranoid. 2, you're horny. 4, you're overly happy. And 2, you're additionally horny.
Oh man, you know, it's kind of creepy in here, Ulrich. But I say that me and you go back out there to the to the sands, and well, I could bury you up to your neck, and then you could be my prisoner, and no, that wouldn't be right. Probably some monsters in there. We wouldn't. Shit.
Can I do a reading on her while she's like this?
Oh, please do.
And I'm going to go over to the table, bottle up that whiskey, and take it back into my quarters. I'll be back in just a minute.
I'm gonna try to follow him.
No, you stay out here.
But Ulrich.
No.
Oh, fine. We can meet out back in my tent.
And when he turns over 3 cards really quickly, I mean just 3 cards, because this is too tempting for words for her.
What are you doing?
Oh, just a little casual reading.
Oh my God, what are you doing now? I mean, are you going to call forth some monsters or something? Because, I don't, I think maybe Gloria and Joel's watching us. I mean, this is, that Ulrich, man.
And she pulled the 5 of mirrors, the 7 of wands, and lightning in a bottle untamed.
I could kill Sherman. Honestly, that man. Kill him.
Oh my God.
What the hell was he thinking?
All right. The 7 of wands is resistance. The one who stands up and shouts to be heard and isn't heard but continues to stand up. The one who's known for their strength to assert themselves, their power, and their beliefs. The 5 of mirrors. Hold on 1 second here. Um, 5 of mirrors is someone who is different than what people see when they see them. When you look at them, you don't see who they are. Someone with hidden meanings and intentions, hidden feelings. Someone whose appearances do not match their soul. But it's also somebody who's a little shattered inside, a little broken inside, and maybe sees a different face when they look in the mirror every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And the lightning in a bottle, one more, we have lightning in a bottle. Things that happen in the right place at the right time to the right person, and they just soar and light up the sky. This is the person who can be the right person in the right place. The natural happenstance, the perfect circumstance, the person that can create the moment of brilliance.
So,
And all while this is happening, Ulrich is in the background cursing his cousin's shirt, cursing the air blue at his cousin's shirt.
you know, I think that maybe I'm that mirror one, right?
I
And
think you're all three of these things. Honestly, I think, Ulrich would not have found the statue if you had not been there. We would not have gotten to the truth of Gloria and Joel and Mr. A and Mr. H without your help. I think you have been a catalyst and a lightning strike for all of us and shaken us up. I think that you are very definitely not what your appearance says, despite people making comments about your appearance, and I look pointedly at Dilly. You are not what you appear to be, but I also think that you are a little bit shattered inside, a little bit broken perhaps. And some mornings you maybe don't necessarily see who you are when you wake up and look in the mirror. And that last one, the Seven of Wands, you have been nothing but an advocate since I've met you. For every person we have met that has needed an advocate, you have spoken up to a fault. You have been an advocate of those who did not deserve your advocacy. I think that is who you are in life. You speak up for everyone.
well, I try. But I really think that your cards and your visions and the way that you're able to do this is like super tripping me out right now. Dylan,
Yeah,
move over. I got the vapors.
Roll Constitution. Constitution save.
I don't know, man. It's that Ulrich right now.
More than that.
He's just really doing it for me. It must be this tent. I mean, there's, you know what? It might be that liquor. I don't know.
It's the
Jesus.
liquor.
Did you text? Never mind. I'm gonna read insight on
Yeah.
it.
19.
You
Whew.
you think you have the vapors because you're paranoid, but you're totally fine.
Trust me,
29
Felicia, it's the liquor. That's a Rectosian whiskey. I set out the wrong bottle.
Okay, she's used my passive insight 31.
And what are you trying to gain insight on?
That she's drunk as fuck.
Oh yeah, you are absolutely aware that she is
Okay.
like 3 sheets to the wind in a hurricane.
yeah. She's at that perfect point between drunk and tipsy, where everything is wonderful. She's happy and she's horny as fuck
He's
and
also
also
paranoid.
and also weirdly paranoid about everything.
about
Oh,
everything.
yeah. I'm even
Yeah,
suspicious of my horniness. I mean, this shit's weird because I ain't been wet since the goddamn shit since I died.
Ulrich is going to come in, tell them straight up, the horniness, the paranoia, and all that is because of the whiskey. The stuff was enchanted. I gave you guys the wrong bottle.
No, go inside. Go inside.
Well, shit, you know what? You need to save this for a party or a holiday.
I need to dump it out and beat my cousin black and blue.
Why don't you take a couple of drinks? You know, loosen
No,
up.
no, I've seen what that stuff can do to people. Absolutely not.
So, what about this statue and this amulet thing?
Let's go.
Yes. Why are we here?
And I go ahead and set this. I roll a table up in front of everyone. Set the statue on the table. Kind of this thing. I'm
For
trying to explain.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Stephen.
I'm not entirely sure what it is, but Felicia sensed a lot of magic coming from it. Might be connected to either Mr. A or Mr. H. And now she just found that amulet. One more thing happens, I'm going to assume enemy action.
Felicia, go ahead. Are
Trying
you?
to.
I mean, are you like even coherent right now? Like, are you paying attention to the statuette and the amulet, or are you like still on your weird rant about being horny?
Oh, a little bit of all of it.
Okay, in that case, go ahead. Go ahead and roll me. Let's go with history at disadvantage.
Wasn't she going to do identifying it?
Um, yeah, that was the plan, but she's a little bit fucked up.
Okay.
Go roll me history at disadvantage.
9.
You absolutely forgot that you were gonna help identify this. You're just kind of staring at it and the amulet, and you're like, "Whoa, they're the
I keep
same."
get I keep getting lost in Ulrich's eyes.
Oh my god.
I never.
Felicia, I know you're messed up right now, but try to focus, please.
I close one eye.
Oh my God, she's that girl in the front seat of the archaeology lecture hall in the first Indiana Jones movie.
Yes. Yes. You close one eye and you're able to visually focus, but your mind is not helping.
Right? Yeah.
You can now see one statue instead of two, and one amulet instead of two. But overall, that's about all you're doing.
So I want to take the amulet and look at it with the one eye, and I'm looking at the statue to see if there's some place to maybe stick it on it.
Roll
If they
investigation.
can,
God, this
if they
game
can
is so
just,
addicting.
make love the way that, things are supposed to. Well, no, I got it upside down or something. Maybe I got it inside out. I don't know. What y'all think?
Uh, I think it's a very interesting statue, and I'd really like to know what it does. And you did tell me at one time that you could find things out. Can you do that?
Oh, well, I didn't even think about using like a spell or nothing. I was just, I don't know, man.
You
It's just,
didn't talk to me about using a spell when we talked about the statue last time.
oh yeah. You know, come and think about it. Okay, so, uh, okay, I can do it, but I'm gonna need a kiss first.
Oh my god.
Can we please try to keep things professional?
Oh God. Okay, fine, but okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start looking through my bag. Are you sure? I mean, a kiss would make this so much easier.
Dilly's gonna lean in and kiss her.
You scared me, Gilly. Holy shit! Holy shit! That was soft. Can you do it again?
Rolled 19 to kiss.
Are,
Rolled a 19 to kiss.
well, I'm not even gonna ask her to roll anything because she's not aware of most of her surroundings at this point. So
So I go in.
you smooched her.
And
Now
I'm
kiss
just
in
gonna
real
kind of
life.
make it. I'm gonna you gonna give me a kiss?
Yeah, that kisser.
You need another to just get this over with.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I'm gonna
This is good.
where he kissed on my cheek. I'm gonna do light on it.
Oh, it wasn't on your cheek. It was full on the mouth.
Okay, so then I'll touch my lips and cast light. But then I also cast identify, which takes about 10 minutes. I'm gonna sit there and go, humana, humana, humana,
I
humana, humana,
I just
humana,
have one
humana,
question
humana,
that
humana.
I never thought of until this moment. Do Tibetans have rough tongues like regular cats?
Yes.
Awesome.
Like, I can only imagine the answer has to be yes.
Okay.
Did you slip the tongue? Or did you just
No,
smooch
I
her?
didn't get over 20.
If it had been a 20 or above, you would have slipped her the cat tongue.
All of it.
Oh my god.
I
Okay.
knew you was a weirdo. You're almost as weird as I am. I kinda like it, Billy. You better quit. I mean, Ulrich's my man right now. I'm just kidding.
No,
It's all
no,
right.
I'm not interested in romance at all. Period. End of discussion.
Oh my god, he's Ace Arrow. I love him.
I love this so much. This is
I also am
hilarious.
not capable of being romantic.
I'm too dead. I ain't even got a heart. But shit, it's still nuts fucking with y'all.
You're just drunk.
I mean, Dilly can't, Ulrich won't, you're too dead, and I'm too young. Why are we even considering romance at all?
Well, 'cause we got liquor. I mean, liquor
But
makes it
does that
quicker,
mean that
right?
we have to consider romance? Let's go on with identifying the statue.
Cursed
Okay.
magical liquor
Homina,
is what
homina,
we
homina,
speak right
homina.
president about.
Homina, homina, homina. Homina.
He says this very loudly and very clearly. Still swearing the air blue at Sherman.
Oh
What?
boy.
Need to dump that in the sewer.
What?
You know what would be funny? If you gave that liquor to oh man, I forgot. Who's that guy in your tent, Dilly?
Anton.
Hello, Master Antoine.
Anton,
Yeah.
Anton is not capable of drinking.
No, but he can make something special out of it.
You know
Maybe get
what?
rid of the
Billy?
horny and the paranoid.
I don't believe he's one.
Bill?
Anton's special.
Billy?
Trust me. Yes.
If you want that bottle of Lactosian whiskey, you're free to have it.
Oh.
Oh, that can only go so well.
You know what?
Oh. I will take it. And promptly. Oh, okay. I'll take it.
Humana, humana,
Maybe someone
humana.
will go get it for you. I'm gonna go back into my storage area and grab it. Come back out and hand it to him. I'm getting rid of it.
So what is this object there? Drunk lady.
Humana,
And
humana, humana. Mm,
you cut out, kinda.
you know, I don't know. Wait, hold on. My spell's almost done, y'all. Just shut up. Humana, humana,
How did you
humana,
need like
humana,
10 minutes?
humana, humana.
I can't
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Cool.
Humana.
What was that, Dilly?
If this takes 10 minutes, I'm going to tell him once I get the bottle, I'll be right back.
Okay, so while Felicia is humming
I'm
humming,
going to
what are you doing?
going to see Joe and Laurie.
Oh,
Are you getting them drunk so they're boned?
well, you don't hear him say this.
Right, right. But see, I'm just imagining how this is going to go when the DM has to play it out.
DM will not play out the boning if that was the question.
DM will probably play the aftermath.
I mean,
You got to mess your hair up, and you got to be on the porch.
I'm already on the
Last
porch.
I remember, like taking fucking Gloria down to the infirmary, but trying to make her more comfortable.
Yes.
But Joe flipped out. So are they? She's still there.
She is still there, and little Git is tending to her. And Joel has been back and forth pretty regularly to check on her. So for the sake of you going to see them, Joel is currently with Gloria in the infirmary.
So I'll go into the infirmary, and first thing I'll do is check on my sister.
Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. I need you to swallow your mic again.
Hello.
Hello.
First thing I'll do is check on my sister.
She's still in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just immediately visually see that her skin, while still horribly burned, is healing well.
All right. So, and then I'll just go over to Joel. Joel,
What?
how are you?
I'm
Never mind.
okay.
I've come for a reason, obviously.
I would assume so, yes.
Just to present you with a peace offering, and I'll present the bottle of whiskey to him. It's
Go
very
ahead.
good,
Go ahead and roll deception.
but I'm
So
not trying to deceive him.
you're not trying to deceive him?
It is a
Nice.
peace
Give me
offering.
one whiskey.
I'm giving him a bottle of whiskey.
Okay. And he'll
I
kind of
mean, I'm not gonna. I just know that it's good whiskey.
Okay. Uh
It's very good.
um thank you.
You're welcome. You know, I was only trying to help.
No, and damn it. I am sorry for losing my temper and for being a bit harsh. Thank you, truly, thank you.
Yes.
Will you have a
All
drink?
right then.
Do you want to have a drink with me before you go?
Joel, you know I don't drink.
It,
But I do know that you enjoy a good whiskey.
yes, I do. All right. Well,
I don't know if is Gloria awake?
she's awake at this point, but she's kind of looking a little catatonic.
Maybe, I don't know. Saved for a special occasion.
Special occasion. Sure.
Whatever. Just trying to mend the bridges.
Well, as long as I know you don't drink, but will you peace offering and everything. We should have a toast.
Oh, all right, but I'm not going to drink any whiskey, Joel.
Fine. Is that all you? Is that all you needed?
I wanted to check on my sister. I knew you'd be here.
Well, the good news is, from what I've been told, she's recovering quicker than they expected.
Yes, she does look more comfortable.
Still sleeping. I don't think they want to wake her up until they know that the pain won't drive her back into a bad
Yes,
place.
probably good. Well, all right then. I am busy, as you probably can perceive.
Yes. How did the opening and closing go?
Seemed to go quite well. Oh, we'll have VIP guests tomorrow.
All right. Um. Care to explain or no?
Gut feeling.
Fair enough. And he kind of like lifts the whiskey bottle a little and thank you again for this. I
Enjoy.
I will. Yes, I will. And
Good night.
as you're leaving, you see that he's absolutely pouring himself a little like 2 fingers.
Yeah,
All
can I
right.
know something real quick?
Go for it.
This bottle doesn't have any labeling except for a mark in black of the Rakdos Guild symbol.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to put a photo in chat.
Give me a
I can get it.
second.
I can get it.
Okay, I'm also just really quick
Sweet.
rolling. Doo-doo-doo.
Huh?
Can you tell me how to do that?
Well, you have to go to home,
Oh shit! Hold
open a
on.
window,
If I
find the guild symbol, and then copy it.
if I cut out, give me like 2 minutes to come back. My laptop the battery just went from 50 to 0.
Ah, okay.
Move. No, Charlie, it's an emergency.
So pull it up. You said it was in black?
Plug
Yeah.
it in, plug it in.
So you said it was in black, so we'll get a black symbol here. 1 second.
Good lord.
And there's a drop down there thing, or you can hold your finger down on it, and then it says download image. You download the image,
Okay.
which takes seconds. Then you go back to Discord and hit the plus sign and upload an image.
Okay.
There you go. That's the symbol that's on the bottle.
Okay, give me a second.
I mean, that's kind of appropriate for Dilly. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's perfect. Negan, get.
And that's kind of why Ulrich had no problem with him taking the whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's understand Dilly to the point where this cat would fit right in with the Rectosian.
I don't know. Because
And
believe it or not, Meta Dilly is actually good,
I believe it.
but he always has
He's just an asshole.
well, he just has no, like, feelings.
And let's be very fair, he didn't have great parents or people who raised him.
Yeah, this
That
is
might
just
have been part of the problem.
All right, so Joel failed his history check, so he notices the label, but it rings no bells for him. I really was hoping he would pass that one. All right, so Dilly, are you headed back?
Yes.
Okay. So as you enter the tent of Ulrich's again, Felicia has finished her identify spell, her ritual. Oh my god, why are you yelling?
Because I'm fucking pissed.
Not you.
Oh.
Ah! Oh my god, stop dropping knives. Baby, you're gonna kill me. Don't. Don't fuck with my dice either. Don't touch them. Get out of here.
I love you, Alex.
Oh, dog says, I love you, Alex.
We love you, Alex.
Oh, everyone's now saying they love you.
Loopity blue.
I think he's in a bad mood.
Hey, tell him what might make him feel better is to give you a wet willy.
Nope, I
He
am
likes
thankfully wearing headphones.
Oh, those can be easily moved to the side.
You know
Like,
what? We're not.
honey.
No. Nope.
Anyway, we playing D&D or what? Why are
Exactly
you?
that.
What the
So
fuck?
so you return to Ulrich's tent just as Felicia is kind of finishing her ritual, and Felicia, I'm reading over this again really quick. Do 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 do. Ooh, okay. You absolutely recognize that the statuette is a vessel for a planar binding, and you realize that it is directly connected to your mother. And it's been imbued with this binding spell multiple times, like a stupid number of times to keep her bound to the circus.
Could I roll an insight to find out if I break it, is she free? Or if I can free her and trap someone else in it?
You can go ahead and roll for that.
You know what it is? I got the wrong dice. I gotta change my dice. Bastards. I failed. Um, these dice. I think I got a 9 or a 7. Something
Yeah, you
shitty.
you got a 9. Unfortunately, you don't have any idea of whether or not. Oh.
I was just checking the dice. I had to
Oh,
change them out.
okay. Yeah, unfortunately with a 9, you don't have any idea of whether or not you don't know what will happen if you break it. It could be that your mother is suddenly free of the circus, or it could be that she dies.
Y'all, this needs to be put in a safe place. This is Mama's soul.
Well, then I think you need to take it with you.
Is that a victory?
A philanthropy? No, 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 no. I don't think Mama's lich. I don't think. I
Well,
mean,
you said her soul is bound to that item.
yeah. And well, it's kind of like a lock. It locks her into the circus. So I
Oh,
think that the circus is her philanthropy.
I would like to roll insight
Go ahead.
on that statement.
yeah, me too.
Go for it.
Say that again, please, Felicia. The circus is her what?
Her philanthropy. What'd you call that again?
Phylactery. I
A
rolled a 14.
phylactery.
I rolled a
Hey,
16. DM, I would like to know if I pick up on the fact that the circus is storing souls.
Okay.
Ooh.
Uh,
Do I pick up a minute?
what was your roll?
His was a 14, mine was a 16.
Okay, so unfortunately, Ulrich, no, you don't pick up on that. Um, However, Gwynny, you recognize both that the circus is, in a way, the phylactery, but also that it's the one thing that's been keeping everyone alive for as long as they've been there. That's the reason no one has ever gotten sick. That's the reason no one has ever died, even though they've been there since day one, aka Locke, you realize that the circus in and of itself is some sort of phylactery.
I will immediately. Felicia, I need you to sober up if you can, honey. Do a heal or something on yourself. Ulrich, I
Uh,
need your full attention. I need to talk to you guys really quick, and can we do something about making this room so nobody can overhear us?
I'll go ahead and where's my fucking Liam's tiny hut.
Okay.
So while we're waiting for him to get back, I'll just go ahead and do the hut.
All right.
So Dilly's already back.
Okay, so we're going to wait for you to cast the hut. And while you're doing that, I'm visibly pacing, wringing my hands, and just sort of walking back and forth, almost wearing a groove in the sand of the tent floor. As the wheels are turning in my head.
All right. And is there any conversation going on while Felicia is running her ritual?
I'm just waiting on her to finish her ritual, and I'm not interrupting her.
Right. Okay, well then we'll do a little skip forward in time. Felicia.
The only identify spell was done on the statue, right?
Yes.
Yep.
But
I'm
Felicia kind of started talking out loud and speculating, and that's what kind of perked Gwynny's attention.
gonna pick up the amulet.
All right, and then I kind of push everybody inside the hut, including Dilly, and I say, wait, let me say something really quick, and then you can dissect it or tear it apart all you want, but let me get this all out of my head, and into your ears real quick, okay?
All right.
The circus is a phylactery. It's storing souls. Everyone who lives here would die if they exit the circus, so therefore their soul is tied to the circus, and they're only alive because we're in this weird magic lamp of a place that's keeping us alive.
Is that why I turned into a ghost when I walked?
I think so. You're now bound to it, and your soul is locked into the phylactery. Now, I have this question for you all. If we posit that the circus is a phylactery, if we posit that it's a prison for souls, and if we posit that we are all prisoners here, the question remains, who benefits from the phylactery? Because as you just said yourself, Felicia, phylacteries are possessed by liches. Who's the lich?
I think I need an audience.
Or who are the liches?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Are we dealing with men who want to be liches and they're using the circus to build their pool of souls to create their final phylactery?
Or
are we dealing with men who are already liches and we just don't recognize them as such? What are we dealing with?
we're dealing with beings way more experienced than we are.
By far. And I do think, Dilly, we're going to have to. I know it's impossible to forgive them, and I know it's impossible for us to get past the animosity between us. But I think we're going to have to realize that Joel and Gloria are just every bit as much pawns and game pieces as us. Right.
Of course, I've always thought so.
I haven't. I've blamed them.
Still, there are things that are unforgivable.
Yeah, but can we table them to deal with until we?
Of course, I've already forgiven them and tabled it, and
All
yes.
right. All right.
What was Ulrich saying?
I look at them and say, I think if we really want real answers, we need to figure out how to start.
How to what? Get closer to the speaker, boy.
I said, I think that if we want real bona fide answers, we need to learn how this whole thing, this entire thing, started.
We could always just burn down the tree and see who lives. I mean, that would definitely tell you who the masters were.
I think
Well, I
that
know who the
would be
masters are.
detrimental to all of us. And in fact, I don't think we could even burn the tree down.
I don't think it'll burn, and I don't think that if we did destroy it, that we'd survive it.
I know who the masters are in this case, in this situation. My question is how it got started and what their end goal is. Those are the two questions we need to answer.
Well, wouldn't we be able to find the answers to that in your dig site? I mean, especially if it's a thing.
I could find answers, maybe.
At first I thought no, but the fact that we just found both that planar binding statue and that just flew in my mouth. And the medallion that looks just like it in the dig site? How did they get there?
Maybe there is more here to the stick site than we know. Maybe we brought a little more magic than we realized. Maybe
It has all the magic, Winnie.
it does.
All the magic here is tied to
Yeah, all the magic
the
here is
patrons.
tied to the tents. And this tent is tied to Ulrich, who is an outsider. And it is also tied with the idea of helping people find the things they want. A place
So
of
maybe.
a
Sorry, Gwenny.
and I'm very much doing a meta thing here with a room of requirement.
Do you think that maybe we should see if Ulrich can go through the gate? I mean, you did say he's an outsider, and maybe it's not affected him yet.
I've been through the gate already.
But have you been through the gate tonight since you opened a tent here in the circus?
Oh,
Now that you're an official part of the circus, you have an official tent, I suggest you try to go through the gate and see what happens.
all right.
So I would like to follow him to the gate of the circus.
And I'm grabbing Pig Sticker and walking along. Pig Sticker is my halberd.
And I'm cautioning everybody that we're leaving the zone of not being overheard. And, yeah.
Okay. Felicia and Dilly, are you following Ulrich and Gwynny to see if he can leave the circus, or are you doing something else?
I believe Layman's tiny hut is written so that if the creator leaves it, the hut disappears.
Yeah, there's two of them. Which one did I use?
Well, I mean in the sense of like, are they following you out of the tent and to the gate?
Yeah.
All right. And as you guys exit the tent, you see that, all of the patrons of the circus for the night have been ushered out. The, the janitorial mannequins are sweeping up. You see TB kind of running around with his little trash bag backpack, and he stops in front of each janitorial marionette to let them, dump their trash into his bag, and then he kind of on his way to the next one.
Okay.
And Ulrich, as you're approaching the entrance slash exit curtain that isn't really a curtain. It's just kind of blackness that flutters like fabric. All of you hear oddly Bitsy's voice, and she sounds a little out of breath as she's kind of running up behind your little group. Um, excuse me, what are you doing?
Testing something.
I would suggest that you don't.
Hi, Bitsy.
Well, he opened his tent tonight to the public, yes?
Yes.
He shouldn't leave.
Ah, it's as we thought. You're tied. What will happen to him if he does try to leave?
Um,
Same thing that happens to us, Quinny.
No, we're tied to the running of the circus. If we leave, the circus falls apart. What happens to him if he tries to leave?
Hmm.
He's not tied to the running of the circus.
everyone roll
Maybe,
perception.
maybe he falls apart.
I did start to turn into a ghost, y'all. I mean, I'm already
But you're
dead, though.
halfway there,
So,
baby. I'm sorry to say.
right?
34.
Okay, so we got 20. Ooh, dirty 20 from Felicia. Nice.
Yeah.
27 from Gwenny.
All right.
7 from Ulrich.
7 from all who's reeling from the news.
Yeah, Ulrich, you're kind of like looking between the exit and the group and the exit and the group, whereas the rest of you very much see that Bitsy is kind of wringing her hands a little bit and she's staring at Felicia. Um, you know, right?
You mean the ghosting?
Is that what it's called?
Oh, I don't know. I just kind of,
Well,
maybe it was just disappearing.
we call it the disappearance.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and ask him to do exactly what Felicia did, which was stick his hand only outside of the gate.
Put your right hand out. Put your right hand in.
Ulrich, are you going to do what Gwenny asks of you?
I'm standing in front of the gate, looking at my hand.
And then I said, no, wait a minute. No, wait. Don't do it. Felicia's half dead. She just turned invisible. You might lose your hand. Stay just it's not worth risking.
I tried being polite about this. I have tried being civil. Where are Joel and Gloria?
They don't have anything to do with this.
The fact? No, but I have the distinct feeling that they can get me in contact with the bastards that do.
Oh, well, we can do that.
That's no problem. Would you like to meet them?
You know what, Dilly? And he turns and you can see fire in Ulrich's eyes. I very much would.
Welcome to the party, Ulrich.
You can see blood and fire in his eyes.
You might want to stop doing that. You're really
What?
bringing it out into me tonight.
Oh God.
Damn it.
I love you, Paula.
Dilly's reach out in his mind to Mr. A.
And what is he is he just reaching out or is he saying something?
Just the team would like to meet you.
And Dilly, you kind of hear a. It's not so much that you hear it with your ears; you just kind of feel it in your brains. A soft, amused laugh. Oh,
I'm gonna, uh, in my head, I will project like a laugh as well, but like agreeing with him because Dilly's like, all right,
I'll try, bros. Yeah, and you kind of feel the amusement, the general. It's almost like you feel that he views you as not just children, but as things.
Playing pieces.
Yeah, most yeah, like little chess pieces. And he says into your mind, not again, you're not really hearing it. It's more of like a feeling of conveyance of intention. No.
as I figured.
Did the large one figure out what's happening?
Yes.
Good. And then
Are you a lich?
but before you can even ask the question, you feel his presence kind of leave your consciousness.
You still heard me.
Oh, he definitely did.
Okay. Sorry, Ulrich. Not a chance.
I thought not. Cowardly shit stains like that don't tend to deign us with their presence.
Well, if they're, maybe we could go into your dig site and try to find their statue.
Oh,
Or,
you should know they won't have a statue. That would imply that they were mortal at some point. I highly doubt they ever were.
oh, well, that's kind of bad. I mean,
These I I think I figured out exactly what's going on here.
do
This
we
is
need to go
all
back to the
some
hut?
Yes, let's go back to the hut.
and you can see Ulrich is he is just 2 seconds away from going on the warpath.
He's Steven on a bad day.
Grumpy, grumpy, grumpy gills.
There is a reason his sword is known as Warmonger.
All
I can
right.
make a snack while we're in there.
And Ulrich is just stomping along. You can feel the earth kind of shake beneath his feet. Full angry bull elephant.
It's going to be great. Gwenny, don't nobody make better pizza than the hut.
Oh my god.
Your hut inside his tent makes pizza?
Well, I can make it, but I'm promising there won't be no better pizza than inside that hut.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Well, the next time we have pizza, we'll set the hut up again and have it inside.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. What do you think?
That sounds good.
All right. Okay. Right on, dude. Sweet.
I just went back to the Discord and fucking the Pizza Hut thing killed me.
Right?
Let me see here. Give me a second.
Have y'all ever heard of a summoning circle?
What are you trying to summon?
Well, I figure if we can make the summoning circle, then maybe Mr. A and Mr. H won't have but no choice but to come up.
I think that summoning them might be a really bad idea.
Well, it would be kind of like the hut. They wouldn't be able to like leave it, and their magic would be stuck inside the circle. And as
Um,
long as nobody disturbed, the people who make it, well then, it'll keep them in. But I mean, if somebody say if you was to like, get some bug up your butt and was like, oh well, I'm gonna go ahead and hit Ulrich, well then it might drop and then they'd be able to like attack. But for the most part, they shouldn't be able to leave out it.
um, so wait a minute. You want to make a summoning circle inside Layman's tiny hut and summon them inside the hut so that they can't get out of the hut?
Um, well, on the hut, and as long as there's the like, as long as like we're holding the power there, they can't like maneuver out of it. And then I got that banish spell from Mr. H. But I mean, still, we can just banish them back to whatever hell they came from or live
But
in.
here's the thing: if we banish them, correct me if I'm wrong. If they're from here, they're just going to come back here.
But they can't be from here because they made the circus.
No, they can very definitely still be from the White City and make the circus. All it requires, and then I will go into an explanation of the domains of dread and how those great power can create what they want as long as they hold the position of high enough power within the domain of dread. And that I
But
think that both of them are vying for the position of ultimate power within this particular domain.
if I'm right,
Alrighty,
I want to roll a history if I can
Go for it.
before I
What
before
are
I met a
what are you
yeah
historying?
um that the domains of dread were picked up from the planets that they had originated from in a different domain, different universe or wherever, and then that they're pulled out of there at that moment when that person becomes the domain of dreader.
And I will point out to you that that's true for some of them, but that when that was happening, the domain of the entire domain of dread, all of these different lands, were still in the Shadowfell, and that since then they have broken away from the Shadowfell, and new domains are created all the time within the boundaries of the domain of dread that did not come from anywhere.
Huh. So what you're saying is that we might not be able to banish them to their own homeland, but maybe we can just. Why don't we just make our own domain of dread? I mean,
Well, I
then
have
they'll
a
let.
thought. If we banish them, if as we think this domain is their home domain, and we banish them to their domain, the place of authority in this domain is not the circus, it is the White City. So they would be in the city. We could then maybe close the circus to them so they couldn't get back in.
Or you could close the circuits, period. I mean, you don't have to have guests, do you?
We do have to have something for all of these people to do, because otherwise they're just milling around, looking at us like they have nothing to do, getting anxious, getting angry, getting upset, not making money,
What do y'all spend your money on anyway?
and keeping running the circus is good camouflage. It doesn't let those two know what we're doing. If we keep running the circus, they think that things are ticking along like they're supposed to.
Right? And then you could always just put, like, one of them wanted posters with their face up that says don't allow these guys in. They can't, they was here like using, you could say that they was using like artificial coins or something.
Well, no, I mean, Dilly, correct me. Didn't Joel say that we have the power to do anything within the circus? We can make it what we want it to be? If we agree on it?
He said he's muted, as far as he knows. He's in the bathroom.
Okay.
He is muted.
Um,
You pooping? Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
He said not yet.
But yes, that is what Dilly did tell you. That's what Joel told him.
so what happens if we tell the circus not to let them in? Dilly and I stand at the gates, hold hands, and lay our hands on the gate and say, do not let them in.
They already overrode the law. Oh wait, the orcs.
Gwynny, roll a perception check for me.
Okay? I mean, Gwynny's very much grasping at straws. But the idea of being a soul in a phylactery is really bothering her. So 17?
Okay, so 17, you unfortunately, it's not incredibly clear, but you do hear somewhat of a garbled whisper in the back of your head as you suggest that, we can stand at the gates and keep them out. You kind of hear, good luck with that.
Who do I think that voice is?
Well, it's not British, so you can only assume it's Mr. H.
Question for the DM. Layman's tiny hut is supposed to keep out any sort of influence.
Are you in the hut?
You're not
Yes.
in the hut? No, you're not in the
Yeah,
hut
no,
anymore.
yes. Oh, yes, I am. Felicia and I went back to it.
Oh, you put it back up?
No, it stayed up, but Felicia and I went in.
Yep.
I thought if she left it, it stopped working.
No,
No.
Oh,
it's up for 8 hours. That way you can step out, do some shots off, and get back in.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Never mind. Ignore
It's a
that.
glitch.
Retcon that whole thing. Erase, escape.
So I am speculating, Dilly, you're standing there with me and Felicia inside the hut. Ulrich has stomped off. He's pissed.
He's out in the digs.
I'm standing there postulating the fact that if we banish Mr. A and Mr. H from the circus and they return to their home plane, even if it's the plane of dread known as the White City, they're still outside the gates of the circus and we might be able to ban them from the grounds.
That won't work.
Why not?
Just won't. They are the magic of this place.
Damn.
I don't know how we're supposed to win.
I don't know if we can win. I have a question for you. If they're doing all of this to determine who will be the Dark Lord of this domain, which it seems they are What happens if somebody else takes over as Dark Lord?
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
and I would like to roll perception insight on Dilly.
All right, Dilly, would you like to contest?
No.
All right, go ahead and roll insight.
7. I don't know a damn thing.
Nope.
Mm, I mean, I'm not contesting it, so
7 wouldn't have passed anyway.
all right.
I said, well, and following up with my thought, we just need to find somebody else who is willing to step in as a Dark Lord.
Yes.
What does that entail, though?
A lot of power.
A lot of power. I have a meta question quickly, though.
Yes.
To my knowledge, nobody knows that Dilly is now also a warlock.
No.
No, not yet.
No.
Although Gwenny had a reading.
Yeah,
Gwenny had a reading that told her basically.
but she didn't know exactly how to, I guess, interpret the reading. She just knows that
Well,
Dilly did something.
Right.
I
Okay.
interpret it as he did something and he's in danger of becoming a warlock or losing his soul. I did not interpret it that he had already done it.
Right. So yeah, to answer,
Yes.
no one specifically knows.
So what did you say?
Huh?
Oh, I said something.
What does that entail? Like absolute power corrupts absolute.
Yes.
But Billy,
Yes.
you barely got any good left in you, sir. What if you
Well, you act as if I would love to be the Dark Lord.
look at the glint in your eye?
Yes.
But see, it's reasons like that that I start to doubt you.
And the Dark Lord needs to be nice.
I look at her and say, I make a living from lying to people and assisting my brother to rob them. How is this nice?
Well,
My dear, I just look terrifying.
maybe we should make Ulrich the Dark Lord.
Yeah.
Both of you don't scare me.
What do you have to be afraid of? I've sworn my soul to protect you. All of you.
Oh, Lord. You
What do
already
you mean by that?
did.
I care for. It's very easy. Simple.
Winnie just sits down on the ground, puts her head in her hands, and weeps.
No need to cry.
Are you okay, Gwenny?
No, I'm not okay.
We have never been okay.
And now we never will be. I'm gonna get your soul back for you.
All right. And no matter what happens, you all will live.
Is that what he promised you?
There was an agreement.
Do you really believe it?
It's binding, Winnie.
I understand that, but do you still believe it? True.
I guess minions.
You walk out the bust of steam off in the dig site.
So the circus is closed, right?
Yeah, circus is closed.
Yes.
We're inside the hut, inside his tent, inside the dig site.
So everybody might hear like a little clattering or little footsteps outside the hut. And now we have plenty of minions.
And the hut's see-through, so we'd be able to see them through the walls of the see-through.
Yeah.
So there's just quite a few you see Marion just lined up. Straight rows, like at attention.
My question for you is this, though, Dilly. Are you sure of their allegiance to only you?
Yes.
You're sure they don't serve your master?
So far, I have no reason to believe otherwise, Winnie.
Well, I have no reason to believe that they don't.
We will find out at some point, perhaps.
We're going to have to, aren't we?
Yes, I look forward to it. An end, one way or the other.
Oh, let there be an ending.
And that's where we're going to close it for the night.
The end.
Uh-huh.
The ending. Ending.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a